So,
Okay.
so let me ask you now. Let me ask you.
Okay.
Does God change?
No.
Is God always the greatest?
Yeah.
Is Jesus the greatest when he was on earth?
I think I answered that. If you're talking about Jesus as human, it was not. But if you're
Yes.
talking about the God essence in
So,
him,
so,
he
so
was the
you
greatest.
believe God lowered himself, right?
Yep.
But you said God does not change. He's always the greatest. He doesn't lower himself.
I never said
That's
that.
what you said.
I never said God never
So
lowered
okay,
himself.
so when God lowers himself, does he change?
He doesn't change. When we're talking about change, you're talking about the
What's
nature.
lower means? What's lower means? What's this process of lowering?
It means to come down to the level of something, like to come down to the level of humans.
From where? From where? From where?
From like mean
From
when it
something high. From something high, right?
well, you could say
Correct.
that.
So God is the greatest and lower himself. Is he still the greatest when he lower himself?
Yeah, it's still the greatest, but it's just
How can you can't you can't lower yourself and
you
still be the
can.
great because it defeats the purpose. You're lying to me now.
Nope.
When you lower yourself, do you agree it's coming from something high to something low? Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. If God is the greatest and lower himself at that moment, is he still the greatest?
Yep, it's still the greatest in nature.
Then he never lowered himself.
Of course it did. It's his nature. His nature is still there, but how he
My
chooses to
goodness,
expresses
man.
it is what is
Brother,
different.
what's lowering means? What's lowering?
I mean, lowering yourself, that's the English, but if you're talking about what God did, it's like he
What's
came
this
in human
process?
form.
Yeah, yeah. What's no, yeah. The process of lowering. So explain it.
Well, in context to in reference to what we are talking about, it's like God taking on the human form. You agree that the
I
human form
understand,
is limited.
but you have to explain to me the lowering. He lowered what? What did he lower?
He
Did
lowered
he
himself
lower
means he came to
his
our
amount of
level.
money? Did he lower his bank? What did he lower?
He lowered his expression.
I don't understand. Sorry.
Yeah,
You,
you
for
don't.
example, Did he lower his status?
His expression, his status remains the same.
So yeah. So did he lower his status?
I just said no, but his
No.
expression is what he lowered.
So he lowered his expression. What does that mean?
Expression means the way you like kind of relate. So he was like the God in his full glory, in his essence, but
Ah,
he
he
had
was
to
God.
lower
When you
it.
say he was God, he was not God anymore?
I said he expressed as God in fullness of glory. He was God at the fullness of glory. I
I don't
didn't mean he
understand.
wasn't God.
I don't understand. So does God change?
No, that's its
So
nature, not his person.
Can God lower himself?
God God doesn't change, and that's its nature, not his person.
So yeah, means you changing. Yeah.
Well, lowering doesn't mean lowering could
Yeah,
mean you change in
lowering
expression,
means you
but
were high and you become low. Yeah.
lowering could mean you changed in expression, but God does not change in nature. He never changed
Yeah,
in
yeah.
nature.
You
Yeah.
lowered how you express. For example, if you express yourself as the greatest, now you're expressing yourself as not the greatest, lower than someone.
Yeah, he lowered
Doesn't matter if
himself.
it's expression. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the expression, not the nature. When he says it doesn't change, that is his nature, not his
Okay.
expression.
Does God change how he expresses himself?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay. How does God express himself always?
I mean, the Bible says in Hebrews, God in sundry times have revealed himself through prophets. Now he revealed himself through
One second.
Son.
Before Jesus, how did God express himself?
Through the prophets in different ways. You can read the
No,
Bible.
I'm not saying how did he talk. Did he express himself as someone who is the greatest?
He expressed himself when the
There is, and
Israelites
he
were in
says,
the.
and when he expressed himself, he says, "I am God, and there is no one greater than me." That's how he expresses himself, right?
Uh,
Correct.
that's one of the things he said.
Yes. And now you're saying God lowered himself, and he expresses himself and says, "Hey guys, I am not the greatest."
Nope,
Can
that's
God say that? Can
expression.
God say? Can God say? Can God say I am not the greatest?
Did Jesus says he was not the greatest?
Yes.
He said the Father is greater than I.
So
That's
Jesus, if the Father is greater than Jesus on earth, means Jesus is saying I am not the greatest.
no. What Jesus said was that God is the God of all flesh. So it means as far as
My brother,
Jesus,
my brother,
as
my
far
brother,
are
my
you
brother,
gonna let
my
me
brother.
explain? You
Listen,
keep
listen.
interrupting. Are you gonna let me explain?
Is Jesus saying I am not the greatest? Yes or no? On
What
earth.
Jesus meant was that God is the
Answer
God
the
of all
question. Answer the
flesh.
question. Yes or no? Answer the question first.
Is
Did
Jesus
Jesus
saying?
say? Did Jesus say he's not the greatest on
Nope.
earth? No. Okay. Go down.
What he
Thank you.
said, or let me say what he meant.
No. Okay.
You
Go down,
see?
man. Thank you. What?
See, you see this guy? As long as you don't follow their scripts, they find a way to like put you on their script. What Jesus said was that the Father is greater than I, and that's because God is the God of all flesh. So as long as you're flesh, you still have God is still greater than you. You're still like in your mind from as long as you're in flesh, you still have to submit to God.